gentlemen, today we're making history. This flight 757 is a
I just told you about some new development here just outside of the Petrocliff area. Now last week when we were here, I showed you some stakes being placed, lining up with one side of the runway on just beyond the gutter area. Now over the past week you'll see that there has been some work here. You have built up the area. It's with dirt mixed with stones here and has been compacted. What they're doing here right now, they're starting work on this side of the runway into the 3rd kilometer. This is the section between the Yambu River and the gutter area. You know those areas that they have to do the spanning. Well, this section between these two spanning areas, they have started some work here in preparation for the completion of the spanning, where they're going to start filling up this area. Behind me here they have the gutter spanning, and ahead of us where they have the river. So this is the progress of the work that we have here so far, and you can see here all in front of us number of truckloads of dirt there on the side, and they have leveled off over the past week. Monday I was out here and this wasn't like that, so it has to be between Tuesday and yesterday this work, and yesterday not much work was done because yesterday was payday and normally on that day you hardly have any work. So it could very well be up to this morning they were working before I get to this point here. But this is what we have here right now. You see the dirt is being placed there on the side, and if I turn with you now, I am going to turn and look towards the southern end over there as you look at me. So when they start to do work on this area, no doubt that this road that is currently being used as the access road to the IADC office and to Waraku will have to be closed, just as how they closed the one over there, the first access road that we're using to get to Waraku, in order to do the apron area and that section of the runway down here. They will have to close off this road. But where they will be using, I am not quite sure as yet. But more than likely they will have to put in one of the other permanent access road, which is either the one out of the end for the Argyle Primary School area or down at the Stubbs end. One of those roads will have to be done so that vehicles can travel outside of the area where they're going to do the runway, so that they can still get to the IADC office and to the Waraku Beach as they're doing right now. But when the work starts here, when they start to fill up this gutter area, especially in this area here, the road that they're currently using to get to Argyle and to the IADC office, which is currently passing across here on the runway strip, coming from the main road, coming through the Argyle Gardens up there in the distance, they will have to use a different access road to get to the IADC office and to the water. But we have here the Petrocliff Hill still coming down slowly. The work is done, and it is done. It looks as though it is taking a long time to come down, but these rocks are very hard rocks, and you have to drill into them and plant your explosive. And the drill that they're using is not at the very best, but they are getting the work done so far. Now I told you about the trucks bringing cement. Now this is a truck leaving after it has offloaded the load of hydraulic cement that it has just brought here. And I am going to leave you here for now, and as I head up on top of the Petrocliff Hill, when I get up there, we will continue our conversation with the work here at the Argyle International Airport.
Nationals made their contributions. eliminating our frustration from our neighboring islands. Their taxes so high, we want to cry. Cuba, Taiwan and Venezuela, Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago, embracing our commitment, witnessing our achievement. They are lifesavers when we need good neighbors.
Looking at it from the bottom, it may not appear to you as if a considerable amount of blasting would have been done here. But now you come on top of the hill itself, the petroglyph hill itself, you can see how much of it has gone down over the last blasting. And you can see in the rock here, it's cracked. But over there you notice a lot of it has moved. Look at the amount, and I am not going to put myself in danger, but I'm staying at a good distance here so that you can see how much of it has gone. But if you're looking at it from below, it would not look as if much has gone. And as I turn with you, I'm going to take you back to this end over here, where we also had some blasting done, and you're going to see how much of it has gone down since the last blasting took place here on the Petroglyph Hill between Tuesday this week and probably Thursday. You can see for yourself there in front of you, and all where I'm standing here is cracked. Cracked, can be easily moved. Here we have a hole that was drilled into the rock where the dynamite was placed, blasted. But all here is where, when the vehicle or the drill wants to get to this hill, this is the roadway that it usually used. But you can see almost a section of this roadway is now softened. The blasting has caused the area here to sink a bit and to crack. So there are some stubborn rocks, some hard stubborn rocks in some areas, but some other areas it is kind of soft and easy to move down. So the Petroglyph Hill is moving down slowly, even though we believe that it should have already gone down a considerable distance. But we have to understand that the drill that is being used to drill the holes in the rock, it is not of the best. So you have to, what the old people call, you have to coax it. Because sometimes it breaks down and it's not working. But whenever it is up, the guys who are working here really put in their best effort to have it done. So we have a great deal of earth here that has been blasted, and that has to be taken down over the period of time coming. And more blasting will continue until they reach right into where they want to get to. And I have learned that they're going into a distance so that they can come in line with the end of the spanning area in the riverside area. So I am not quite sure how much further in they have to go, but there are stakes placed in various areas here on this hillside, which will indicate to me that these stakes, it will show us that it is to these points that these work or the taking down of this hill will go to. But until such time, we're gonna see that as the work progresses here at the Argyle Airport site. Now where you see those pieces of cardboard placed there with the stone rest on them, there is where we have holes being drilled, where we're gonna have the explosive placed, and then we're gonna have blasting here in this section of the Petroglyph Hill. Is the section that is overlooking the river area where we have the spanning section on the northern side of the hill. We just look at the eastern side where they did some blasting over this week gone, and now we're here on the northern side where they're doing preparation work for another blasting in the weeks to come. So when I come back here on Saturday, all this area you are seeing in front of you right here, right now, this week, all where you have those pieces of cardboard which are held in place by these stones, this area will be taken down by blasting. And all the way back there. You see where you have that bank side there. If you look straight across from where the bank there, going straight across to the river span, you will see a sort of line. What I have learned is that the bank side of this particular hill will be coming down in line with that concrete work that you have there on the spanning area there. It is going to come straight across here. So all that bank side going up there, all where you have the drill up there, more than likely will be coming down to come in line with the spanning area, the concrete section of the spanning there where we have there. So we have a lot of work still to be done here, but it is coming down slowly, and where they're taking down the hill here is not in the way of where the runway is going to be currently. So while they're blasting down the hill, they can continue to do works on the runway area to prepare it for the spanning of the river there, because the entire spanning of the river is not going to be a part of the runway, okay, but it's going to be an extension of that area to the width to which they're going to put the fencing, because I've learned that the fencing on the river, the fencing for the perimeter of the airport side is going to run on that concrete section that is passing at the head over there of the spanning, and down at the other end down there on the eastern end. But down at the eastern end, they're still going down with the culvert. They have not reached down as yet. There is still a bit more to go, and as we get down there, you'll see what is going on. But as I told you, they're going to take it down a little bit further to the river, about 15 more meters down to the river, to make it 305 meters, because the current length as it is right now is about 290 meters long. So when you take it over to the riverside, you're going to have to divert the river, put it a little way on the bank side over there, and make way for the continuation of the other section of culvert.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Argyle International Airport.
JetBlue is landing, Delta is landing, British Airways landing, American Airlines landing, Caribbean Airlines landing.
I am here with you at the Argyle Bridge. And remember I told you there's that new piece of road just before you reach the Argyle Bridge that can take you down to the airport site. That new piece of road that is running just outside of where we have those greenhouses. But this is the new piece of road right before your eyes right here, right now. And this road is coming off of the main road. That area is coming from Kingston, where the vehicle is coming down there right now. And here on the road, you can use this road to get to the river spanning area. And this will take you down across along where they're going to have the runway strip, and then you can turn left onto that access road that will take you to the IODC office also to Warraku. But this piece of road was done over the past week. Gone there since my last visit. The section was finished. The one before, lower down, was done earlier up in the week, and it is taking you right up on top of the hill over there, over on the hill up there, where they're going to have that VORDME station, or I would call it a signal station. And this is the continuation of the road, or the completion of this section of the road, coming from off the main road here, just before you reach the Argyle Bridge, under which the Yambu River runs. That is taking you across the runway area where they are doing the span. Now, if you remember where we were just at down there at the Petrocliff Hill on the flat, where they are building up the area with dirt. Now you probably wondered where the dirt came from put there. Now this truck that you see, the truck that you see going down there, will be heading in that area with that dirt, the truck load to be done. And they're taking it from way up here on the northwestern end of the runway, where they have been taking down this bank.
We are now seeing it through. May peace reign on our beautiful shores. Thanks to all those engineers, Cubans and Vinci workers. They move mountains, diverted rivers, toil in the sun and rain, so we can have those planes. Argyle International Airport.
This is what the seaside at Argyle looks like. Loads upon loads of seaweed washed up here on the shore at Argyle. This area where I'm looking at, it was a sandy area, part of the beach, it was sandy. And not too far from where they are dumping stones there on to the seaside. But we have a number of seaweed, and the fishermen will tell you that these seaweeds are like a problem to them, the engine, when they go out to fish, because stretching from one end to the next, we have all these seaweeds. You can see all the way back down to Kingston at the seaside. We have these seaweeds taking up a good part of our seashore, and they're being washed to land here. And as you can see it out here at Argyle Beach, what it looks like, very unsightly here.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're making history. This flight 757 is a maiden flight out of JFK Airport, flying into Argyle International Airport.
Dedication on desperation. National statement contributions. We needed it in our frustration. Our neighboring islands, their taxes so high. We want to cry. We want to live on Venezuela. Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago. Embracing our commitment, which is in our achievement. They are like sailors and we the neighbors.
We are here at the Argyle Sea area, and the road you're looking at in front of you is the old Argyle Road, the road that we once used to use to get to the countryside, and from the countryside to Kingston, and from Kingston to the countryside. Now this road is still very much intact, a very strong piece of road, and this road is being used by the trucks to get to the northern end at the 3rd kilometer where they are moving dirt and taking stones to the seaside. As you can see here, one of the trucks coming from the petroglyph area is taking stones right up to the seaside where they are backfilling the sea. And this road, no doubt, when the airport is in operation, when the airport is fully completed, this would be an access road to take you to Warriku when you are coming from the countryside. So this road will be another access road for you, and not much damage has been done to it. There isn't any drainage here, as some people would want to see another roadways. This piece of road was done way back when, in the 70s or thereabout, here at the Argyle section down to the seaside. And as we can look over into the sea, we can see coming on the stretch of the beach, coming right down, a considerable amount of seaweed washed up here on the shore at Argyle, and I want to believe that it's the same thing on many of our shores here in St. Vincent and probably in the Grenadines. But this is what we have here, and I'm out here at the Argyle Airport site, and I'm on the back road, the old road that is currently being used by vehicle to get to the north side of the airport side. So until I reach to another area, bye-bye. Now we see that they have poured the concrete on the bed of these 2 sections of spanning that they have, and now they are coming down with the corrugated iron covering for the 3rd and 4th section of the span. And we still have not too much of a long distance to go, because the 4th one is way ahead of the 3rd, and I guess by next Saturday when I return, both of them will be done towards the end down here. But where I am at over here on the other side of the river, what I've learned is that these spanning sections are going to come right back out to where the river is right now, and the river will be relocated or rechanneled to come over in this area where I am currently standing, which is a land area. So more than likely from above there, where we're seeing the river coming down there, it will be cutting across over to this section where I am now at here, and take a journey somewhere in this general area and cut back below, where below the last spanning, and link back up into the river there. So to allow them to do the extension of the spanning that they have to do. But what I have gathered is that where it is right now, the length is 290 meters, and they have to extend another 15 meters to make it 305 to bring it more to where the water is running now in the river. So as time progresses, we will see what transpires there as the work out there on the riverbed continues. And today we have the men are putting up. Last week when we came here, we noticed they were removing some of the wood from the boxing and cleaning up the J-beams, and this area wasn't concreted as yet. But today now we come back here, we see the area has been concreted, and the 2 sections of spanning that were left behind are now heading their way down towards the end to meet up with these 3 sections that have already been done. Now we are at the area where they are mixing the asphalt, and you know today they are doing asphalt work on the 2nd kilometer of the runway. And we have the asphalt mix. We have about 4 trucks transporting the asphalt. One has gone, we have one backing up there, and we have two on the side down here. We also have our cement truckloads upon truckloads of cement. Currently we have about 3 truckloads here backed up to offload, and 2 just finished offloading. We have 2 trucks here parked up that are transporting the asphalt. These same very trucks also transport stones and dirt in other places, but when they are transporting asphalt they have to be clean and well washed. And here we have one backing up, already backed up, waiting for the mixture. So today is Saturday, the 30th day of May 2015, out here at the Argyle International Airport. I'm at the site where they're doing the asphalt mixing and showing you the work in progress here, the asphalt plant, as they continue the work here at the Argyle Airport site. Here we at the concrete mixing plant, and the concrete mixing plant is in operation because we are doing concrete works on the general aviation area of the apron. And here we have a truck back up at the mixing plant, waiting to be loaded with a load of concrete to be transported to the area where they are doing the concrete works at the apron area. And down there in the distance you can see the asphalt plant in full operation, mixing the asphalt mix to be transported to the runway area in the 2nd kilometer where they are doing. Now where I am standing right here on this section of road, it has been recently asphalted. Particular section of it has been asphalted right down to the end down there, kind of helping the dust to keep down. And probably this is going to be a roadway actually, and up to a point up there to where the cement is, there is where it ends, and a little further up. So here we have it today. It's kind of busy out here as the work continues here at the Argyle International Airport. And now we have one truck finished offloading its load, has gone through the process of cleaning down, and then it is back here at the concrete batching plant for another load of concrete to be taken back to where they are doing the concrete works at the general aviation apron area. Work here is now going on, concrete works. They're putting down the slabs just like how we have it at the apron area. They're putting down slabs for the pouring of the concrete works out here at the fire station section. So very soon we'll be seeing some concrete works taking place here, because the molding are being placed just like how we have them being placed at the apron area. We have them being placed here in preparation for the pouring of concrete. So in the future we're going to see some concrete works being done here at the area of the firefighting and the rescue station here at the Argyle International Airport site.
It's a blessing. A visionary with an illustrious plan. We God's put a blessing on this man. Building with no money in hand.
This is not one of the concrete trucks that here at the Argyle Airport site. This is a truck that is bringing concrete from somewhere else other than from the batching plant here to be used here at where they're building the cargo apron, but from where I'm at up here, it seems as though it has to go through the same testing procedure as the concrete which comes from the batching plant. Down there you can see the test is being done here by one of the lab technicians, and just as how they do it with those concrete that come from the mixing plant here at the airport side. And this is the truck that brought concrete from somewhere else where they're mixing concrete.
A portrait of FBG, sacrifice from you and me. Whatever future brings, we are now seeing it through. May peace reign on our beautiful shores. Thanks to all those engineers, Cubans and Vinci workers. They move mountains, diverted rivers, toil in the sun and rain, so we can land those planes. Argyle International Airport, we flying. Argyle International Airport, we landing. Argyle International Airport, we progressing. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it's a blessing. Where there is despair, there is hope. Light a candle, don't cross the dark.
Hello. Hi, Mom. It's your daughter Andrea. We've just landed at the Argyle International Airport.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Argyle International Airport.
JetBlue is landing, Delta is landing, British Airways landing, American Airlines landing, Caribbean Airlines landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're making history. This flight 757 is a maiden flight out of JFK Airport, flying into Argyle International Airport.
Dedication and desperation, nationals made their contributions, eliminating our frustration from our neighboring islands. Their taxes so high, we want to cry. Cuba, Taiwan and Venezuela, Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago, embracing our commitment, witnessing our achievement.
For the guys here at where they're doing the asphalt paving, their work has come to an end. Those who are doing the paving, their work has come to an end. And now you notice that we only have one section left to be done. And this morning about 3 or 4 sections here were to be completed, but the work has now come to a halt. The machine is cleaning down, the roller has parked up, and up there we have the asphalt paver, they're cleaning it down, and this is it for the day until probably tomorrow when they come back to continue with the paving of the first layer of asphalt here on this in the 2nd kilometer of the runway. So the work is going ahead quite steadily. They have done a considerable amount of work today, about 3 or 4 layers they have put down today, and now their work is completed for today because they don't actually work in the night. We have the rollers, they're rolling, And later on, as time progresses, you will have the guys coming to extract a piece from here, which they have just done, and take it to the lab for testing to ensure that it is of the best quality, or the quality that is required. Now we have one of the guys here in this rubber roller here, and he is still working, while the other one has called it a day and has parked his roller there for today. So until tomorrow when the work starts, I would not be here tomorrow, but more than likely this work will continue tomorrow, and next week when I come, I will see, together we'll see the significant changes that takes place here on this section, and no doubt the work will continue further up, because the stones further up have been laid already and waiting to be sprayed so that they can start lay down the first layer of asphalt here on the 2nd kilometer of the run. Last week when we visited here, they were just putting up the steel matting for this piece of concrete work. Now today, a week after it has been finished, the wood frame that was used to enable this concrete to be poured here, all the pieces of wood, they have been removed, and now we have something looking similar to the one that we have on the western side. So sooner or later, maybe next week when we come back here, this area will be filled more with dirt, to, as we have seen on the other side up there, just on the western side. So this is what it is like down here on the eastern end of the 1st kilometer of the culvert, actually, that runs under the 1st kilometer of the runway. We have the extension of the culvert that was built not too long ago, and now we have like a wing wall here spreading out towards the end in a wider angle. And no doubt, and it is my belief that this is what is likely to happen, that they will concrete this drain that is taking the water from that comes from under the breadfruit gutter area that runs through this culvert here, will end up right down there through that culvert you're looking at right there now, down at the Warwick side. So more than likely, what is expected to happen here, in this area where the water will be running, we'll have some sort of concrete drainage connecting to the one that we now have here, right at the bottom down here, taking the water right down to the Warwick Beach. So we are looking forward to see the development that will take place here. Some concrete works going straight down to that culvert down there at the Warwick Beach side to take the water down to the sea. That will be running through the culvert that runs under the 1st kilometer of the run. And this side we are looking at here is the eastern side, and the western side has been completed. Truckloads of dirt have been dumped there, and the area is being filled up. But more than likely we'll also have dirt being dumped in this area and filling up this area as well. We are here now back at this culvert area. Remember last week when we came here, they were putting down the steel matting. Now this week we come back, all the blocks, the concrete section of where the water will be running, they have poured the concrete there, and now we have the blocks in place, taking us right down to the corner end to take this water over into the gully we have down there, where we have the extension of the the culvert under the first kilometer of the runway. So all this block works have been completed, and what is going to happen later on, we're going to have on top of this, more than like what is going to happen is we're going to have a concrete layer. They're going to put some boxing around the blocks and put a layer of concrete on top of these blocks, and afterwards they will plaster them and to give you a nice smooth finished work here. So here we have the drain that will take the water that's coming from the southern side and take the water down into this area here and over into the embankment we have down here. Right. So this is what it is like here. You see the new development here from what we had last week. We just had the steel matting going down, and now today we have the blocks that been fitted up here, and the workmen were here this morning when I passed, but I did not really stop to take any footage of the work because they were on a mid-morning break, and so I decided to leave them alone and come back here this evening now to see the work that they have done. So this is what we have now, and next week when we come back we're going to have these holes here fill up, and then probably they're going to just plaster it, because as we look over there we see that it is flush with the concrete work, with the drainage work that we have there. So I am not quite sure as yet if they're going to put on that extra piece of concrete above here, but they're going to nice it up and smoothen it up, and what probably will happen, you may have some of those precast culverts laid on top of this to cover over this area. That is probably what may happen, but I can't say for sure if that will happen. But as the work progresses, we're going to see exactly what takes place. But for the time being, this is what we have. When we come back here next week, more than likely we're going to see some new development here in this area. So until such time, I am out. It's 20 to 7 in the evening, Saturday the 30th day of May, and still down here at the bottom of the Stubbs Bay area we have trucks still working here. Over on the side over there, as you can see, the lighting generators lighted to give them light down here to see what they're doing. And more than likely these people will be working until up to about 11 p.m. this evening. But the stones and the dirt coming from the Makani-Yami Hill area and stones from off the hill where the stone mill is are being brought down here even as I speak with you, just about approaching 18 minutes to 7 in the evening. And I am just letting you see exactly what is taking place here tonight, this evening, as the work continues here. The people are working at different times. There are people who work from 6 this morning until 6 this evening. There are those who work from 8 until 4. There are those who working from 3 until 11. And then we have a shift. The shift that comes on at 6 o'clock, that works until 2 o'clock, but that shift works at the stone crushing plant. And what I have learned is that during the day, the local men work from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening at the stone mill, that is, and in the evening, the Cuban workers take over from 6 p.m. until about 2 a.m. in the morning where the stone is being crushed. So the stone crushing plant work the hardest, and the trucks that transport the stone to the stone crushing plant, they also work double shift, because the same trucks that are used during the day, those are the same trucks that are used in the evening to transport the stone to the crushing plant. But down here below you, as you can see now, the light from the various trucks and the generator is lighting up the area very brightly. But trucks are going down with their own lights and dumping stones down there. So the work continues here right up into the evening, as late as I believe would be 11 p.m. this evening that these guys will be working down here. So this is what we have, and I am here at the Argyle International Airport, bringing to you another week of coverage of the work that is taking place here. And it is getting later now, so I'm down here to see my way out is not lighted, so I have to make sure I try to get out of here before it is too dark and I am not able to see. So you have it here, another week of coverage of the work being done here at the Argyle International Airport. We have a generator lighting up down here at the bottom of the Stubbs Bay area, and the guys with the trucks bringing stones from the Makoni-Yami Hill area and stones from on top of the area where they're doing the crushing plant is, bringing the stones and the dirt down here to fill up this area. And as you can see, the work continues here. So until my trip out here, maybe next Saturday, if God spare life, I am out of here for today. So have a blessed weekend, and whenever you look at this, I do hope that you're going to enjoy this footage and the coverage of the work done here at the Argyle International Airport site. So thank you for viewing, thank you for your encouragement, thank you, because of you, that's why I come here every week bringing to you the updates. So I appreciate your compliment, I appreciate your encouragement and all of that, which helps to push me, to give me that energy to come here, to spend all this time bringing the action out here at the Argyle International Airport.
International Airport, we flying. Argyle International Airport, we landing. Argyle International Airport, we progressing. Say thanks for the Grenadines, it's a blessing.